Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another HMRS 4 replay. Spawn on the top side as the green Ottomans with LoueMT. Spawn, or bottom side, as spawn on the top side as the blue Mongols with VortiX. So since grabbing the sheep, he is putting a handful of people onto the wood there. He does get the ovo build up and going for a, what's it called? Spearman rush likely. Ottomans of course will have some free spearmen to help defend with. Can be a bit difficult to rush Ottomans with all the free units they receive, making so they have a decent defense at all appointed times. We do now have the Scouting Falcon there. He does set up next to that gold deposit, and by the way, that he has not collected up enough gold, or any gold at the moment, so this is going to be very effective. He's getting some wood there. Does spot the spearman there. Khan will get some damage on in. His arrow does 2 damage each. We've got the spearman now engaged on in, and he does get the no hit there onto the Mongol forces. Got another spearman now put on field. He has to pull out barracks, so he will be able to pull out good defense. Villager backing on off. No additional spearman on. Oh, there's additional spearman. Villager received quite a bit of abuse. That spearman's down to 2 health. And does get the kill there. Does use a speed arrow to make his spearman move faster. And now he's going to be driving that villager out of town. At this point in time, don't think he's able to go and get that built all the way. And these villagers see quite a bit of damage there. Down to 6 health. These spearmen do 7 damage, so it's only going to stand 1 more hit. And there's that 1 hit there. Next hit and he's down. We got more spearmen here. He's rushing forward with more spearmen. Does get the kill there on that spearman. But we've got these 3 spearmen torching down the outpost now. He does have 5 spearmen here. This villager decides to run back on home and bring forward 2 more villagers. He hasn't canceled this outpost just yet. Has to do quite a bit of damage. These 5 spearmen have plenty of health, so it's getting some great damage there. And looks like he's going to task these villagers back on home. He's not collecting up gold there. Does get the gear redeployed right there. And he has collected, he currently has 64 stone in reserve, spending about 160 on those spearmen. And now he is going for a mining camp there, getting out, collecting up some gold there. Khan received a bit of fire. And we have 6 spearmen here now. He will of course maintain continuous free production of these spearmen. And do have an early pasture being plotted on the field. This is in the range of the ovo, so we'll get the additional sheep production. We'll be able to handle 4 villager sheep production, and now he's going for the silver tree. Silver tree is the trade landmark. And currently 5 villagers tasked onto it. See, he does have a decent amount of sheep here, I believe. I'm having trouble selecting all the sheep, but I believe there's maybe 5-6 sheep still alive right there. Green has about similar number as well. He's now going for a twin meta race. And now do you have these handful of spearmen moving on back, trying to engage this Khan. Our Khan arrow damage output is very pathetic. Now we got the mining camp going on up. We got 9 spearmen here, so it looks like the Ottoman player or Mongol player continues to build additional spearmen. Since now they're both sort of a bit passive there, let's go and fast forward a little bit. With the amount of spearmen he sees out on the field as well, he may want to get out an archery range or to get out some archers to engage those spearmen. There's the archery range there, and we do now have the first vizier now deployed on in, or has available to it. Meter or EM will both be good, and the additional sheep will provide him X amount of food, as well as a massive gold collection rate as well. Blacksmith going up. We do got the group of 8 sheep there. Now we've got the spearman being advanced on forward. He does have the hardened spearman, so does the Ottoman player. Blacksmith going on up over in this region and getting out the 2nd military school. We may see a big spearman fight here. He does have a pair of archers to support Hal's forces. Does get some hits there. Could use the arrow to get some extra arrows. And there's one Ottoman archer there. He does get stabbed by a lot of spears. They got more archers being pulled out. It looks like he's using his stone to pull out those archers. Of course, Townsend in this region, he will have a bit of trouble there. He can go for a... He actually has a 500 wood sword up, so he could potentially get out a armory to get out a battering ram siege engineer research. He has a good number of archers here, providing some good damage output. Now it's going to hit some of these villagers. This military school has not been completed. He may be go ahead and use the arrow. Does get some of these villagers. Does get the military school completed. He's probably seeing up that wood for a second town center. Does use a scouting falcon there. Military school assigned for some pause. He does have a good number of spearmen to escort his archers. And does deploy out more stone with the archers. Or more archers with the stone. Currently we have wheelbarrow research for the Mongol player versus opponents just wood or research. Pulling out a lot of lumber camps. Gonna go for another archer range there. Finds a good volume in the scout. He is out of spearmen now. Yeah, he is completely out of spearmen. He's getting more saws. And looks like he's now going to be eyeing for this delicious fishies. He does have 5 villagers there. Does have the outpost. May want to get the arrow slit research there just to make it more better of a defensive position. Does find a good volley there on the villager, taking him out as well. Very nice. Does not lose a single archer. Overall, the Mongol players providing very good aggression. Military schools are designed to pull out more saws. And no arrow slit research just yet. Over here, we do have more stables, more pastures. Very nice. Fish is collected at a very good rate, the same rate as deer. Now we got some more saws being pulled out on the field. Exiles is being researched by the Mongol player as well, a little bit early, but it's always nice to have. He does also have a second town center now deployed out in the field as well. Saws and scout eyeing hit the flank. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Saws and the scout is advancing forward. These saws are only generated from these military schools. We got a very, very large number of archers here. So the Mongol player may want to get out some horsemen or keshiks. Horsemen do bonus damage. They don't have as much health or pierce armor, but they will still be get the bonus damage. The horsemen over keshiks. I'm not sure I said it before. Sorry, my mind's a little bit scattered right now. Silvertree has not packed it up and gone to the corner of the map. It may be a good idea to pack it up and just send it to the corner of the map. It's relatively safe over there. Plus, if it starts getting under siege way up here, kind of a good thing, because a fine thing, because that is not that's a very safe location set up either way. You may not have this area scouted out, so you may not actually know the trade post is. Let's switch over to the Mongol player's vision. Additional military school has been selected. Yeah, he does not know about the. He does not know where the trade is at the moment. I'm going to keep the Ottoman player selected so we can hear the vizier sounds. Does get the outpost there, does have the arrow slits there, getting some great damage, not wounded Sapah there. Spearman advancing forward. Got a very large number of archers here with the meadow nearby. They have absurd attack speed, but looks like he went for a range pierce armor. Keshik does see quite a bit of damage right there. So I'm going to advance on forward for his Keshik as well. That will provide a very good buffer there. Mongol player, I think he uses arrow, maybe it's just speed arrow. Either way, it's already expired. He does get his pierce armor research, very nice. The Ottoman player did have pierce damage and pierce armor research. That's why the Keshik took so much damage there. Let's get another outpost being put on the field, redeploying out the gear in order to collect more fishies. And now the silver tree is making its way up north. He may be just trying to add scout with it. So pause, advance forward. We will not find those villagers. And do have another round of arrow slits being researched. We got hack damage now being researched out as well. Very nice. And right now the Ottoman players is eyeing for mass archer. Mongol player has been constantly spinning his stone. This oval is completely out of stone, so it's going to need to either get that redeployed. There's a 2400 one over here. And siege engineers have just been completed by the Ottoman player, I believe. Yep. Now it's going for some battle rams. I need to really engage the central part of the map. We got 47 versus 49. Mongols have a 31 archers. Opponent only has 36. Got 12 supplies, 3 more on the way. Couple meters. I think thanks to those meters, the Ottoman armor is superiorly higher quality. The Khan arrow I don't think has been upgraded just yet. Ovo has been redeployed out somewhere. The top right of the map. There's inside the outpost there. Now it's going to advance forward. He's going to have to engage this. Does get one of the supplies there. Very nice. Got the Ottoman archers advancing up, or the Mongol archers advancing up forward. Ottoman archers falling on back. Just trying to make a break there. The villagers can be retasking the fishies. And some of these archers have been just rallied forward, so they do go down. Looks like the Ottoman player is focused on the archers with his own archers there. Does use the arrow right there. And it looks like he only had the 5-second arrow. Does fall back now. Both sides have lost quite a bit. The Ottoman player has more forces on the field and has reinforcements here. Well, the Metra's just one down. Big loss there for the Ottoman player, so now he no longer has a Metra on the field. And he has gotten no research over here. Full emphasis on the whistling arrows, because there's a very difference between 5 seconds and 10 seconds, or 12 with an improved one. And now got the attack speed arrow here, which will give these archers a constant, or gets +1 pierce armor. Looks like it's on eye for defense over offense. More Keshiks will be a good idea. He has trouble with gold. Horseman work just as fine. Ottoman archers, spearman does get pushed forward, does get annihilated. Of course, we got the 2 outposts here. He can potentially get the villager's garrison on up. Does get another battle ram. Horseman also do bonus damage versus battle rams, while the Keshiks simply hit harder. Got it. Some houses right there. Suppose maybe eyeing for a flank somewhere. Got a lot of villagers on these sheep. He does not appear having a whole lot of pastures at the moment, so he's going to be burning through the sheep very quickly. Does have, of course, the fishies in the center of the map. And these supplies will push the way forward. And there's no defenses there. He's collecting up some of the berries here. He also has a middle of deer, so I'm surprised he doesn't collect up deer. These villagers will spot the supplies relatively soon. He may lose some. The Mongol player does have more superior number of villagers. Does get inside this town center. Does not lose any of those villagers there. Big arrow volley here. Of course, with pierce damage, these town centers will do slightly more damage. Of course, it's hard for me to tell when there's no guys inside the air. Sounds like for me to read the UI. And I do have to separate out being deployed on the field. Looks like on age up. The Ottoman player is nowhere near age up at the moment. We got some Zodiac doggos not hitting these supplies. Decided to repack up the gear. He looks like he's just going to ban the fishies. There's some fishies up here, as well as all the deer. Small deer deposit here as well. Looks like he got a little bit lucky. Does a good amount of food resources, a mix of the berries, the deer, and the fishies. Nothing upgraded at the OVO. It does lose a handful of archers there. The Ottoman player does have 74 military units versus opponents 54. Soon the Ottoman player will have high quality. Veteran archers and veteran keshiks will be very important. Especially the veteran keshiks. The extra pierce armor will go a long way to deal with these archers. With the step per doubt, that will of course increases gold income. Or gold drop off of that deposit. And there is another gold deposit here as well. And a relatively safe one over here. This barracks may get overran. Another archer and sheep deployed on the field. Does get the veteran Keshik research, getting up to 5 pierce armor. These archers do 6 damage, so they do 1 damage each versus those Keshiks. Does lose some of these villagers there. Counts to find some arrows. He's waiting out for the veteran archer research. He's getting pierce armor as well. That'd be useful for his archers. Not necessarily for his Keshiks. But veteran Keshiks now, they do 20 damage each. Zapal is not moving around. He has the pierce armor ability activated. And the battery rim does go down. Actually, a very important pick there. Some of these archers and Keshik may go down, going ahead Imperial Armory. He's advancing forward. Got the Keshiks now charging forward. They're saving minimal damage there. Does use the defense arrow there. He did not need to use the defense arrow on those Keshiks. They already had enough pierce armor. We do now have the Sapals advancing along the flank. These archers will be flanked relatively shortly. These archers having trouble moving around. Meteor will go down, so he's out of any meteors in this region. So these Sapals going down. Reinforcements getting annihilated. Mongol archers now been pincered. He's focused on the Sapals. And he just sort of soft retreat away. Because right now these archers have trouble moving forward. And now the castle is for the Ottoman player, but the veteran archer will take a bit of time. Another 6 seconds. And now got the emergency Janissaries now being put on the field. He's focused on those Janissaries that pose massive threat to everything he owns. This force is still quite sizable, though those Janissaries did create some damage, but now the Janissaries are down. He does trap some of these archers as well, preventing them from moving around. Green's archer, and Green does back out of the game now. This is Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.